hello everyone. Welcome to our election speeches meeting. Sorry I started late. Obviously the drill kind of delayed things a little bit and just touch up something.
I swear I didn't do anything.
Well, I hope you guys are excited because these speeches I hope will be riveting and interesting. That'll at least be one speech that will probably be something you didn't want to see. Before we get started, we have a couple announcements to make. So first of all, here's a sign-in form for today's meeting. If you do not recall, well, I say it every time, but this gets you an entry into the monthly raffle where we raffle off 3 prizes, which means that by signing in, you increase your odds of winning one of these prizes from 0% to however many times you've submitted the form relative to how many other times other people have submitted the form. It's worthwhile, so please be sure to do so. I'll wait another like 10 seconds.
Let's go gambling.
Well, it's not really gambling because you didn't pay. It's like, it's a raffle. It's
Time is
We
money.
should make them pay.
Time is
That would help
money.
the budget.
No,
I mean,
that's crazy.
If they paid you, they did get more.
Well,
Yeah,
that
they do.
actually that's true.
They do.
Hey,
It's not pay to win. It's
plug your VIP
Hey, what do you guys think?
membership.
You want to keep the lights on or you want to put a mood lighting?
With lighting, yeah.
lighting.
Just make sure the mood lighting is pretty bright.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so this is very important. Please do not forget that this Friday, March 21st at 5 p.m. will be our Dave & Buster's off-campus social. So this is actually where we'll be announcing the election results from this meeting's speeches. So obviously at the end of the speeches, you guys will be voting on who's your preferred candidate for each role. Again, I'm going to emphasize, we'll be announcing the results here and then shortly afterwards on Discord. So please be sure to show up. We'll be there playing games and hanging out, having fun, and we'll announce the results about halfway through. Even if you did an RSVP, be sure to show up because the RSVP is more for head count. It does not dictate your ability to show up to these meetings. So be sure to do so. For the spring break quit, again, it's the game pitch due date, semi-formal, food, games, usual activities. Here's where we'll announce the 4 unelected positions, which should be social media director, director of marketing, a video editor, and historian.
And webmaster if people show interest in that.
You giving him flashbacks.
There's a caveat to that. It will be May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, again, obviously this is a very important event. Please show up. We just keep emphasizing it because it is the game pitch due date. We want to make sure that people know, have a good timeline of when exactly their game pitches are going to be due. It's also important to mention this because if you guys have not noticed, we have not had a team check-ins in about 2 weeks, and we will not have a team check-ins for about another 2 weeks just because of how the schedule lined up. Because of a future announcement I'll mention, as well as the fact that immediately after spring break happens, so it'll be the Tuesday when we come back from spring break, that'll be our first team check-ins again. So obviously, hopefully you guys have made decent progress. I would highly encourage you guys, if you run into any roadblocks with your pitches, to go into the questions channel or anywhere, even DM one of us and like let us know if there's like something like that's not gone wrong. Maybe there's some bugs that you can't figure out. Maybe there's some issues with like team workload or something. Just let us know and we'll try to help you guys. Just say something, because if you say nothing, we assume nothing is wrong. So yeah. Also, the banquet's going to be in Ursa Minor in the Bronco Student Center. If you don't know where that is, there'll be very detailed instructions leading up to the banquet. This is the event that is happening next week. So Obsidian Entertainment will be hosting a Q&A covering these 4 roles. So there'll be a graphics programmer kind of covering shaders, memory usage, artistic tools, and so on, anything related to graphics. There'll be a senior gameplay programmer who's kind of like the lead and the vision for the gameplay features that the game's going to have, the way it's going to play, so on and so forth. An area designer who designs, obviously, the content in an area, so that's going to be quests, any kind of random encounters, any interactables, that kind of thing, just the actual gameplay element of these areas, whereas again the graphics programmer is handling the visual side of things. And then a senior producer who handles like the timeline and everything related to the actual project workflow. This is going to be happening at our next sorry. This will be happening next Tuesday during our general meeting, which is why we're not having team check-ins next Tuesday. And as usual, it's here in Building 8, Room 4. I was just given word that we will be able to stream it on Discord. So obviously, ideally, you show up in person just because it's better for the guest speakers to like see you all because we usually just put on the webcam so they can see like who they're talking to. But obviously, if for some reason you absolutely cannot make it, we are allowed to stream it on Discord. And as usual, as we've been doing, we'll be bringing snacks. So obviously, that's a little incentive to show up. Here's the question form. They did ask us to basically give them any questions we had in advance. I would encourage you to ask a question, even if you're not really that curious. I would just encourage you to ask just because it helps us kind of give them something to go off of, because at the present moment we don't have that many questions, so I don't know how they're going to structure their talk. If you ask them a question, they will kind of know what kind of information you're looking for. So here's a QR code to that form. In addition to that, there will be a post-meeting announcement, including a link to this form as well. Today will be the last chance to ask these questions because we do have to submit them to them. So I would encourage you, if you have any questions whatsoever, please submit them so that we can forward these questions to them. Without further ado, there's this last little thing. This one.
Money.
Yes, money. It's not that important anymore because we're kind of wrapping up this semester for the most part, like more than halfway through. VIP members get discounts on merch. We do have the old merch, which includes Des sticker sheets, as well as Game Dev keychains. We also have revamped Game Dev keychains now that are a little bit extra sparkly, as well as come with these star-shaped clips. In addition to that, we have these Dej Plus keychains. I think there's two different faces, or
Yeah, both sides.
yeah, there's both sides. So there's a front and a back.
Not the cheeked up version, I fear.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the cheeked up version. But
It's
maybe
okay, you guys don't deserve it.
We don't deserve it. Maybe we do a special order where it's like a random chance that someone gets the cheeked up Des instead of the regular.
Get a whole body
the
full of
regular flat back Des.
Cheeked up misprint for the club raffle.
Yeah, actually it might be something we do. I'm actually going to consider that. So, in addition to that, obviously, you get benefits whenever we do major events. So, for example, the VIP members who RSVP'd are getting a $15 game card to go at Dave & Buster's this Friday, as well as other benefits. So please be sure, if it's interesting to you, get the VIP membership. Here's just a general membership form. Everyone here should be a member, so I'm going to skip over it. Now, without further ado, we have the board speeches.
Who do gun first?
Whatever you have pulled up first is the person going first.
Hi, I'm Dachi, and for next year, I'm running for the new club president role. Or I also applied for treasurer and secretary, but primarily I want to be the club president for next year. And again, if you don't know me, I'm the heathen guy. Elections. So, a little bit about me. I'm soon to be the fourth year CS major. Disgusting, isn't it? But unfortunately, we don't have a game dev major in this school, but that's okay. As I've said before, I'm the current Heathen team lead for the third time and hopefully the last time, because I do hope to deliver our MVP. And I am too passionate about video games for my own good. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen me around on Discord especially, but sometimes I get too distracted into conversations about the things I love, whether especially something like Yakuza. But point is, video games are a large part of my life, and that's part of the reason why I want to pursue this. And it's also about to be my third year at Game Dev for when I stick around for next semester. And as I said, I am incredibly passionate about the club and game dev. Sometimes, even at my lowest, I still keep up with my responsibilities to what I have at the board right now. And I also hope to do game development for a living. I'm not sure how I'll be able to do that with CS from here, but maybe I'll pursue a master's degree in something similar. Oh yeah, there were supposed to be bits here. Right, so my experience is back in high school, I used to be a game club president. I have experience with planning, scheduling, and hosting. I'm also experienced with advertising said events, and at that time, even though we did have a team, it was mostly of my friends who were slacking off. So unfortunately, I had to take care of most of the executive roles, so planning, making the advertisement flyers, advertising, so on and so forth. And in other experience, I am also the current secretary on the club board. I am familiar with how this board operates, and I also know a bunch of people that I can consult with if I ever have trouble in whatever role I get elected in. And in addition to that, I also have experienced my fair share of management mishaps, which are not at our fault, such as ASI disbursements going to me and not the treasurer. So my main goals, these are some returning ones from my last election. I want to help keep this club running because I really do think this is a great space for everybody, especially people who are interested in this sphere, whether it is for a career or for a hobby. And I also want to try to bring our community further together again. I said this last year as well. I want the members to get to know each other a little bit more because I still feel like we're a little bit clustered in small groups, which is okay. People are still socializing, but I would like the club to try to make the club a little bit more tight knit. And a big thing I want to do is inspire people because it sounds cheesy, but bear with me. The whole reason I'm here is because former board inspired me to first apply for secretary and then inspired me to try and go for president. So while I am a little bit nervous, I want to give this type of feeling to whoever might be next in line for this club to help this place keep going. And I also want to establish another Metal Gear meme. So continuation of the goals or more of the improvements to the current club's programs. I want to try to do more focused workshops. So what we have right now is we had a bunch of oh no, that's not good. If I click, it's over. No, I'm good. So what we have right now is a bunch of starter-related workshops in the beginning, which are great. I want to keep those around so people can get started, especially if they're new to the club. But I also want to try to include the club's voice into more focused workshops because a lot of the attendance of some of the ones we've been having is a little bit low, and I would like to see what the overall club is more interested in learning more about. So we could do those or free up those slots for more social related events. And on the topic of that, I also want to try to do maybe greater socials and increase the variety of events. Maybe try to make something thematic, try to offer a unique experience each social because to me it seems like sometimes it kind of devolves into people kind of trickle in and awkwardly sit around, pick a thing to do and eat Costco pizza every other week. And I also want to do, again, as a part of it, more focused activities to attempt to get people to know each other, something a little bit more social. Not something as forced as icebreakers. Icebreakers suck, I hate that. But something where everybody can have fun together. And finally, this was just kind of a one-off thought I had. Something maybe like mini game jams throughout the semester, like, I don't know, 48 hours ones, if people are interested in. Because the workshop time for 3 hours might not work. It's a little too little for making a small game. But point is, these are the plans, and I will figure it out and see how plausible this is with the new board. And I think there's a bit here. I don't know what the bit is. Yeah, and we'll figure it out in officer chat where we post very important things about our very important discussions. And finally, for my commitment, again, this club has given a lot to me. I do not think I would be here or behave this way or be able to talk so freely to any of you guys if it was not for this club. It kind of picked me up at my one of my lowest points. And I have a strong desire to give that back to the club or to the people in the club, to whoever is, I don't know, whoever's struggling to find their own community or find their own friends, to give them a place that will help them grow as people. For more commitment, I have sacrificed sleep wherever it could help out, maybe a little too much than necessary, and I intend to continue doing this for the club at a more reasonable rate, of course. As every board member should, I intend to continue shouldering some of the financial burdens we have. Again, all board members can do this, but I hope to do it a little bit more so the new board has to worry a little bit less on having to go out of pocket for themselves. And my current contributions right now have been food, snacks, drinks, and so on, but I would like to do a little bit more for the club so we have greater things to work with. And I don't know if you guys can see this one, but I am going into my hopefully last year, and hopefully I graduate next year, Senior year will not stop me. I will still dedicate myself to this club because it is very important to me. Vote for me as your GDC president. This concludes my too long election speech, I think.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
That's fine.
Thank you for your time.
Any questions? No questions for Dachi? All right, then we'll move on to the next person.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Isabel Cantoran, and I'm going to be running for treasurer and secretary. Again, yay!
Let's go.
In the wise words of Arthur Folder. Okay, here's some fun facts about me. If you don't know me, my name is Isabel. I've done some work on Vertex. I'm Vertex number 2. I'm not John Vertex. I'm also pitching the internship. I'll get into that. But I'm a second year, soon to be third year computer science major, and I'm a philosophy minor. I'm the current treasurer. I like programming and writing for games, and occasionally I do like to do like 2D, 3D art. And I like these games a normal amount. I like Half-Life 2 a lot, Red Dead Redemption 2, Ultra Kill just a little, Stardew Valley. What would I be without Stardew Valley? Okay, but like, what does that say about my qualifications as for this role? So, not to toot my own horn, but I think I do have adequate leadership skills. Like I said, I have done a lot of leadership on Vertex and the internship, which I'll get into in a second. I've also done some other leadership positions in the past, like in high school with like workshops and stuff like that. Organization. At least I would hope to, maybe sometimes I don't put it fully into practice, but I would hope to be very organized. I'm very pedantic and meticulous. I like having spreadsheets, documentation. I think that is very important to me. And to that extent, communication. I very much value transparency when working with a team. If I had it my way, I would like to announce every single thing I do as I do it, even if that's a little annoying, but I think it's very important to know what is happening within a team. I also don't play gacha games. Important.
You got my vote.
I have never played a gacha game in my life. Okay, experience. As all of you know, I'm the current treasurer for CPP GDC, even if ASI doesn't think so. But I've done some management of like finances, so I've helped fill out like DRs, help manage like proper disbursement of funds, just to make sure that our board members get their dues for all the work that they do for this club. I'm currently actually preparing our budget. That is going, but you know, it's important for a club to continue running as it is. And I've helped the rest of the board plan out the activities and events that we do for all of y'all. And I've also been the regular sacrifice to Science Council meetings, regrettably. And I hate to dig up things from high school, but I was also the treasurer for about 2 years at my high school's computer science honor society. So it's kind of just like, it's like a volunteering club for computer science. So I led a small committee on developing coding workshops, like using like different software like Scratch, these like little robot balls for elementary and middle school students, especially in an area that sometimes struggles to have the resources for students to learn computer science. I also did treasurer duties, so I documented all of our purchases. I collected any club dues for like shirts and stuff like that, and I helped purchase any materials that we needed for like these events. I also presented at the 2023 Computer Science Honor Society Leadership Summit, which is basically a nationwide like workshop for all computer science honor societies across the country on how to plan coding workshops. So I kind of showed them how to effectively plan a coding workshop to encourage young students to have interest in computer science. Would I do that with my current experience in a comp sci major today? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if I want to subject anyone to this. Okay, projects. As all of you know, I'm currently pitching the internship, and I think it is going swimmingly. I am very happy with the progress that we've made so far. I'm excited to show off at the team check-in. So I've been managing a team of programmers, writers, and UI designers to help develop our minimum viable product. I've also done some programming and writing myself. I scheduled the team meetings and I've led them, and overall, this is something I hope to help transfer to the club overall. I've tried to encourage and foster a very fun and like friendly environment, but also one where we feel like we're productive. Instead of just having a very clinical, like, let's all do our tasks. I want everyone to get to know each other and have fun. Along with this, I'm not John Vertex, unfortunately, but I did do a lot of work for Vertex. I was the programming lead. It was pitched from 2023 to 2024, still in semi-active development, but I delegated tasks to our team of programmers, helped schedule meetings, and then just worked with all of our other team leads to help deliver and execute our minimum viable product. Hopefully there'll be some movement with that soon. Okay, some other stuff that I helped on. Huge credit to everyone who pitched the games or these games, but I've also done a little bit of work on Popcorn Teeth by Aaron. Daring Souls is a game jam that I worked on for Halloween. Play it, it's really funny. Please play Daring Souls, it's really good. And I also did a Loot of Dare game jam a while back. And currently I'm working on 3 pitches, including my own. Plague by Aaron, Into the Dark by Lucia, Gomo Nation, and Hostile Takeover by Jacob. Okay, but enough about all that. I love the way that this club is being run. Like, I'll get into it, but I absolutely adore this club. But there are some things that I feel like could be improved. Notably, I think we do focus a lot on the technical skills required to make a game in our workshop, which is very important, obviously, but I do think that's only half the battle. I think we could really benefit from including some more guidance on how to actually lead a game pitch, because that's a skill set in and of itself. So having workshops on like team management, so we teach people how to like properly schedule, how to use like different programs like When to Meet, and how to like, you know, make sure that you delegate tasks in a way that's both fair and, you know, reasonable for members of your team. Along with this, to an extent, I think we should also encourage a lot more interaction across teams. I feel like there are some very specific bubbles in this club, which is fine. I'm glad that people are able to socialize here, but it would be nice to have people interact across teams, not just for the social aspect, but I think there is a lot that people could learn from other teams. A lot of the ways that I've been leading the internship I've taken a lot of inspiration from other people's pitches about how they manage their teams and how they scheduled, and it's helped a lot. It's helped a lot it's helped us find a lot more productivity. A bit more on the board management side, I don't want to bear our own issues too much, but I do think we could be a little bit more organized, especially from the budgeting side, especially as I'm currently doing the budget. It would help a lot to kind of be a bit more meticulous about how we manage like tracking like finances and things like that. Okay, so goals for the club. This is kind of an extension of the improvements. So what are the goals for this club? And this is kind of a general, like, not specific to a treasurer or secretary role, more so as some goals that I want to help continue as a part of the board as a whole. First off, I want to help this club obviously survive, but not just survive, also thrive. Again, this club is very important to me. And to do that, I think we could improve some organization from the inside, just kind of make our club run a bit more efficiently, a bit more organized. Encourage connection between all of our members and teams. I think the social aspect of this club is as important, if not more so, than the development part of this club. And to that extent, help assist people make their game dev dreams into a reality, because I know that a lot of people have pitched projects that they would not have been able to make on their own without the help of this club. Okay, but like, why though? Why am I running? Not to get sentimental, or to get sentimental for a moment, forgive me. My experience as a general member, and both as a general member and as a board member of this club, has been amazing. I think I speak for a lot of people by saying that my experience in this club has made just the college experience just so much more bearable. My second semester of college was fine. I was getting by, but I did not feel like I was thriving. I did not feel like I had any improvement to myself, because in high school I was not the most social person. I think that I can say, a lot of people can say that. And I wasn't really growing in that way. When going to college, that was the main thing I wanted to grow. Obviously I wanted to pass my classes and get a degree, but I wanted to become a much more social person. And I didn't really achieve that until I just decided to put in a little bit more effort into trying to be more social. And this club has helped so much in doing that. This club has helped me find a community where I just feel so unashamed of who I am. I can just talk about my interests, I can talk about the games I like, I can talk about my identity, I could just be myself without really feeling any sense of shame or feeling quote unquote cringe, but cringe is dead. And to that extent, this club has also helped me be more open about my ideas. I'm still kind of getting used to that. This is my first pitch, but it's helped me and so many other people just put an idea that they're really passionate about out there and find other passionate people who will give them a hand in helping make their dreams a reality. This club has challenged me as a programmer, it's challenged me as a leader, and it's challenged me as a creative, but it's also challenged me as a person. I want to see this club thrive so much because it helped me thrive. That being said, I am very committed to this club. If this club has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If it has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If it has 1 fan, that's me. If there's no fans, I am dead. I love this club so much, and I am very excited to help see it thrive as a part of the board if you vote for me. So thank you so much. I wish all the rest of the candidates good luck, and I wish all of y'all a great day.
Any questions?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect there to be anything, but any questions?
Yeah.
What will you do about the current issue plaguing the development of the game club and the Metal Gear Rising of memes, as it were? So many Metal Gear Solid memes, really just terrible.
You couldn't even mention the right Metal Gear.
This is
Your
what I
question
want.
is null and void.
Well, I'm trying to ensure a bit more equal distribution of brain rot. If you have any brain rot suggestions, DM me or something. I don't know.
The only reason there's unequal distribution is because I'm the only one spreading brain rot. Somebody help me out with your rots, please.
Yes,
We are a community.
That is the main commitment. I want all of you to be unashamed of spreading your rot, please.
That sounds really fantastic.
That's like half the point of millennials stuff in Elden Ring or something.
Okay.
Next person.
Next. Clapping right into the microphone. It's good.
I realize I may have underprepared this presentation because this is probably going to be a lot shorter than the other two, but I'm going to, do my best to try and fill it in with as much as I can. So, hello everyone. My name is Nathan Arredondo. I'm running for the Game Development Club Secretary of next year. So, kind of just a little bit about me, a little bit of an icebreaker before we get into the more serious stuff. I'm a 4th-year computer science major. I transferred here during my 3rd year from Chaffey College, if anyone is familiar. I've been on and off writing music for about 7 years now. I'd say that's kind of like my big thing outside of just game development. Right now I'm kind of in an off season, but I'm hoping to, get a little bit back into it, especially with the current pitch that I'm doing right now. I've been passionate about gaming my whole life. You can see all the different games and franchises that I'm really into, I would say. Currently, my big obsession is Persona. I got into it about like a few months ago, and it's sort of just the only thing I've really done in all of my free time. And I'm terminally online, which means pretty much outside of gaming and writing music, I just like, doom scroll and look at memes. And now for the experience part, I would say this is like the resume portion. Currently, I'm the Game Development Club video editor, so I'm responsible for all the funny and unfunny edits you see on our YouTube videos. This is my 2nd year with the Game Development Club here at Cal Poly Pomona, and I was also at my community college's Game Development Club for 1 semester. I would have done more if I knew that we had a Game Development Club, but it is what it is. I've been the team lead for 2 different pitches so far. First was Masquerade and Obituary last spring, and this spring it is Cacodemomania. And I've also kind of dabbled a little bit here and there in some of the other pitches that have been brought up throughout the years that I've been here. And then also I thought this would maybe just be a little important to include. While I may look unemployed, I'm actually not. I have about a year experience in, dealing with people, so I can deal with ASI pretty well, I think, hopefully. And also, I thought this would also be a little fun to include. My most recent job, I'm actually working at an escape room, and I feel like, it's sort of taken up a lot of my free time, but I feel like because of this sort of thing that I've been doing, it's helped me just think a little more like creatively and like outside of the box sort of thinking, which I feel like I could, bring to the club a little bit more. And now, what would make me a good secretary? Well, the biggest thing is that just I like to get things done really quickly. I have this thing I like to call the funny, but most people probably call it anxiety, where pretty much I have to get things done as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm going to be thinking about it all day, and then, yeah. And also, just I'm also familiar with like the board and what we kind of do, so I feel like I would be able to carry it over pretty seamlessly into like this position. And I guess for like my goals for the club, kind of what most other people have been saying, I really do just want to encourage a lot more interaction between everyone. I don't know really, like I can't speak for everyone else, but I know at least for me, like I'm a very just quiet person. I don't really talk to anyone. And I think I would like to, open the door for people who are kind of just like me, people who maybe do want to reach out but are a little too shy or something like that. So obviously one way to do that was through like socials, whether they're online or in person. Although, of course, I know that not everyone may feel comfortable with those, or maybe they just aren't available if their schedule doesn't work out with it. So beyond that, I really would also just like to encourage a lot more online interactions. Like I know we have our Steam group that we've been trying to do stuff with. Not much has happened with it, but I feel like we do have a lot of potential there to move forward with it. And also just like on our Discord server and stuff like that, we can do a lot more talking about whatever, doing a lot more sending brain rot memes to the meme channel, and yeah, I really just would like to see a lot more people just as I guess everyone else has been saying, I would just like to see a little bit more like community with everyone, have everyone, be friends, because that's what this is all about, And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot to say. Yeah. Questions?
Yeah, questions.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, and I don't know their name. Lucia? What do you want the background to be? Data leak.
Just, you can just.
Alright, we're going to the
Metal
meme.
Gear meme really quickly right now.
Somebody got a bad luck Brian
That's
in
fine.
here?
There you go.
There you go.
It's on point. It's on point.
That's beautiful.
All right, stand right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hey everyone, what's up? My name is Lucia Maturino Iñiguez, and I'm running for both treasurer and secretary board positions. I'm aiming for treasurer though. Might as well going all in. So I'm here because I want to get more involved with the club, and I want to get some of those good leadership skills. As a freshman, I went to some of the meetings and then I sort of just vanished. But this year I made it my goal to become more involved with the club. So last semester I participated in the Halloween game jam. Shout out to Daring Souls. And this year I actually built up the courage to pitch my own game pitch, Into the Dark. And I'm also participating in 2 other game pitches, Plague and the internship. So now, why should you vote for me? Well, not gonna lie, numbers fear me. So I've had a pretty good handle with payments for my own tuition and housing. I'm pretty handy with Google Sheets and Excel. I'm not new to math. I've taken
Calc 1, Calc 2, AP Stats in high school. And I consider to have some good time management skills and organization skills. Throughout my whole education, I've pretty much prioritized my schoolwork, and I've been able to turn all my assignments, projects in time before the due date. So, some goals I would like to prioritize would be basically, the whole learn by doing philosophy that Cal Poly is known for. Who's heard of become by doing? Never heard of it? Doesn't exist. No. And how would we do that? Well, probably through more workshops focused on, people who are just new or interested in game dev, or maybe just expand on all the categories that compose game development, like programming, art, music, the whole shebang. Also, pretty good to encourage connection between teammates, group members as well. So yeah, something I would definitely want to improve would be communication within teams, community engagement, because from speaking from personal experience, it can be hard, like going into a new place and not being pretty lost. Most of my high school friends went to the local community college back home, and there's only one other person from my graduating class that actually goes here. Never met them before, don't know who they are, have no idea. So I'm very lucky to have been adopted by extroverts, I'm serious. My gosh. On another note, we could also have work days where teams can collaborate, work on their game pitches, but as well provide input on other game pitches as well. So overall, this club has given me a lot, and I want to pay it forward. I have met some good friends here and want to improve and continue being a part of this awesome club to bring that experience to others. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Have a nice day. Any questions before? No? All right.
I'm gonna trust that I can find this relatively quickly. It should just be.
Lock in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just for we're short on time, so we're quickly. Here's the voting form for deciding who you wish to be elected into the position for the 2025-2026 school year. There's not much to say about it. It's pretty straightforward. We do count votes. So on this form, you're required to put your full name, CVV email, Bronco ID, and then vote for a preferred candidate for each category. Not much to say else about it. The results will be tallied Friday at noon. So essentially, you have until Friday at noon to cast your vote. Obviously, you can only cast one. It's really hard to read the system because of all of the stuff we have in place, so I wouldn't bother. That's kind of all there is to say about it. The rest of the slides are just the usual Steam group, LinkedIn page. Thank you for showing up. So I'm just going to leave it here just so people have the opportunity to scan it and vote. But thank you guys for showing up. If you have no questions or concerns, this meeting's just about over. So thank you guys for showing up. Obviously, yes, it'll be on the Discord. It'll be in a post-meeting announcement.
I'm very concerned about who the next president might be.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't notice, only one person ran for president. So.
Oh shit, there's no vice.
Well, we have a concern.
As well.
Am I able to add myself as president? If
I was-
that's the second.
That was what the emergency board meeting for tonight is for. I was going to reconfigure the. We could add you as. Do you want to be vice? Just vice?
Yes, please.
Okay, not president. Okay. Well.
I'm too scared.
Well,
Me too.
I guess Isabel has undemocratically been pushed up to the position of vice president.
Hey, are you supposed to find this out on Friday?
I know, but this was supposed to happen in the board meeting, but because it kind of came up, it was kind of.
Just not
To be
talk
fair,
about it.
anyone who was paying attention would have noticed. Hey, only one person's going for president. Like, did I just watch the speeches? You know, only one person went for president. It's like,
Well, it was a great slide. I would have lost it either way. So.
okay, well.
Not if I rigged the vote.
Well, the real vote now is for the remaining 2 positions. That would be treasurer and secretary. Be sure to still vote, obviously, because that is actually something that has not been. These are not rigged elections. We actually have no idea who's going to be elected until we count the votes on Friday. So yes, please still vote. Just know that.
Why is everyone looking at me?